Memorial service. Funeral procession for former President Trần Đức Lương.
Russia's Iskander missiles hit container ship carrying weapons for Ukrainian armed forces in Odessa port.
Vietnamese tea in modern breath.
Hello everyone, you're watching today's news on NTV channel. My name is Đăng. Let's get started. On the morning of May 25th, the nation bids farewell to a highly respected leader and a shining example of living and learning according to President Ho Chi Minh's ideology, morals and style. Former Politburo member and state president, Trần Đức Lương.
In the funeral oration, State President Luong Quang said that Comrade Trần Đức Lương had made significant contributions to the glorious revolutionary cause of the party and the nation. With 65 years of party membership and over 50 years of revolutionary activities, former State President Trần Đức Lương had made unceasing efforts to contribute his utmost to the party and nation's glorious revolutionary cause as well as the people's happiness. With great contributions, former State President Trần Đức Lương was honored with the Gold Star Order, the 65-year party membership badge, and many other noble decorations and titles by the party and state. President Luong Quang also offered the deepest condolences to the bereaved family over the irreparable loss. Representing the bereaved family, Tran Tuan An, son of the deceased, expressed gratitude to incumbent and former leaders of the party, state, and Vietnam Fatherland Front, along with representatives of localities, agencies and organizations, senior leaders of other countries, international friends, diplomatic corps, and people for offering condolences and escorting his father to the last resting place. The burial service was held at 3 p.m. the same day at the cemetery in Pha Con commune of Duc Pha Township, Quang Ngai Province.
The Russian armed forces have employed an Iskander M tactical ballistic missile system to launch a precision strike on a container ship carrying cargo to the Ukrainian port of Odessa.
According to the Russian Ministry of Defense, the ship was reported to be carrying 100 containers of military cargo including ammunition and drone systems. Regarding the consequences of the missile strike, the Defense Ministry's report elaborated, as a result of the fire impact on these targets there was a secondary detonation of the ammunition and containers that were stored on the pier, as well as a heavy fire. Ukraine has continued to receive arms supplies from across the Western world and Turkey on a tremendous scale. Russian missile strikes have sought to target supplies entering the country both overland and by sea throughout the course of the war.
U.S. President Donald Trump has made it clear that he has no plans to cut the country's military budget, which amounts to $1 trillion USD.
Speaking at the ceremony of West Point Military Academy, Mr. Donald Trump insisted that, despite various speculations, he would not touch a single cent of this budget. President Donald Trump released the first budget in his second term on May 2, which sharply increased spending on defense and homeland security, while drastically cutting budgets for other areas of the U.S. government. Under the budget proposal for fiscal year 2026, which begins in October 2025, non-defense spending would be cut by $163 billion, about 22%, to its lowest level since 2017.
Coming up next are some updated news.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh and his spouse, along with a high-level Vietnamese delegation, landed in Kuala Lumpur on May 24 night, beginning an official visit to Malaysia and attendance at the 46th ASEAN Summit and related high-level meetings from May 24 to 28 at the invitation of Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim and his spouse. On the morning of May 25 in Kuala Lumpur, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh attended the Vietnam-Malaysia business meeting, with a view to promoting cooperation, investment, and trade between enterprises from both nations. At the conference, Prime Minister called on Malaysian investors to strengthen ties with Vietnam, while reaffirming the country's pledge to promote a transparent, fair, and results-oriented business environment.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh on May 24 signed an official dispatch ordering a vigorous nationwide crackdown on smuggling, trade fraud, counterfeit goods, and intellectual property violations. Prime Minister asked the Vietnam Fatherland Front Central Committee and its member organizations to strengthen coordination with ministries, sectors, and administrations at all levels to engage businesses and people in the anti-smuggling campaign to detect and prevent violations at the grassroots level. Strict punishment must be given to any violators as well as officials, civil servants, and officers showing signs of moral degradation, corruption, negativity, or complicity with lawbreakers.
Mr. Ha Ba Thai, chairman of the People's Committee of Muang Thip Commune, KY Sun District, Nghệ An, said that heavy rain lasting from the evening of May 23 caused many serious landslides on the road from Muang Exon Town to Ta Kha, Muang Thip, Muang I communes. Due to heavy rain, the road bordering Zop Kham village and Zop Tip village was flooded with rocks and soil from the mountainside, blocking the road surface. The authorities have put up warning signs, conducted damage statistics and made initial handling plans. Meanwhile, heavy rains and floods from upstream have caused serious damage in Luc Da Commune, Con Quang District, according to a report from the People's Committee of Luc Da Commune. Although 97% of the rice has been harvested, many other crops have been severely affected. Currently, traffic is seriously congested at 2 points, Kim Hua and Gun Kong spillways. The People's Committee of Con Quang District has directed the commune to mobilize police, military and local forces to support the community.
From rustic cups of teas on the porch to a cold milk teas on the street, Vietnamese teas is gradually changing to adapt to the new pace of life. Teas is not merely a beverage, it is significant cultural heritage that younger generation is now bringing a new wave of creativity to it while fully retaining its traditional spirit.
For individuals like Mr. Sao, a young person who has had the opportunity to engage with tea for over 2 years, tea reveals a different world, one of tranquility, refinement and a deep connection to Vietnamese culture.
Before, I thought that tea was very bitter and kept me awake. But later, having access to more types of tea, I had new impressions.
From the green tea leaves on the hills, through the hands of cultivation, tea has become a part of Vietnamese life. Vietnamese tea doesn't just maintain its traditional role, it's also a popular refreshing drink that harmonizes with the changes of modern life. From sidewalk stalls to luxurious establishments, tea is present everywhere, serving all ages.
In the summer I usually choose a refreshing tea. In the winter I choose a tea with a light, warm taste.
Ms. Thu, a middle-aged woman who is attached to tea and learns about Vietnamese tea culture. She still tirelessly shares knowledge about tea with the younger generation. She hopes that tea is not only a flavor, but also a bridge between generations, between tradition and modernity. In the past, our ancestors often drank green tea. Nowadays, tea is dried and fermented, so it has different flavors and is good for health. Change does not mean erasing old values, but is a way for Vietnamese tea to adapt to the times, combining traditional quintessence with a creative spirit. Regardless of how it's savored or brewed, tea steadfastly remains a traditional beverage for the Vietnamese people.
This is the end of the show today. Thank you for watching.